Non-alcoholic IPA. It's a good way to get the taste of beer and not get all the alcohol side effects. Today I just wanted to do a quick unboxing. I probably wouldn't have done this unboxing except for actually two things. But the one is just the absolutely amazing shipping speed. So once again, Fish USA has kind of knocked my socks off. So I placed this order sometime on Saturday afternoon, January 20th. The amazing thing to me is it arrived on Monday afternoon, January 22nd. And I had actually placed orders with technically 4 companies between Friday and Saturday. One was AliExpress, so we'll just leave them out of the discussion. But I ordered from 4 different places on Friday and Saturday. This was either the last or the next to last. Like the other two I ordered like bang bang, but I think this was the last one because I think most of what's in here I thought about ordering from a different site, but they didn't have what I was looking for. And then I went to Fish USA and they had it, and I'm like, okay, well, let me just get to the $50 to get the free shipping. And so you know how that goes. It's part of their plan, right? But free shipping, and it gets here in 48 hours. I mean, it's mind-blowing to me. And the other thing is the other 2 companies, they hadn't even shipped until Monday afternoon. So this was here before I got the notification that the other ones had shipped. You know, there are some places that say, hey, your thing is shipped, and then like it takes 4 days the tracking to update. With Fish USA, when they say it's shipped because like it's literally here. That was essentially less than 1 business day, right? It's crazy. So anyway, what's in here? It's a bunch of mostly the same thing. So I'll show you the 2 things that aren't the same thing, and then we can get into the other one and just have a quick discussion. Oh, I threw one of them out. Hold on, I'll be right back. One stuck to the paper. So this is the Z-Man jerk shads in the deal collar, but this is the scented version. And I've heard that the scent can make a little bit of a difference, so I just wanted to give them a try. Berkeley Money Badger. This was I'd say one of my top 3 crankbaits last year. It probably caught, on average, the biggest fish out of the group. And there's one lake specifically that it has produced well. If you've watched the channel, it's called the Haunted Lake. So this is like one of my favorite lures now for that lake, and it's by far my favorite crankbait. I wanted to do a little bit more on the maybe on some of the rivers as well. So anyway, I picked up another one just to get me over that $50 mark. I probably only have one in this color, maybe 2, but I just picked up one more because this is my favorite color. It's called Blaze. For the other stuff that I did order a bunch of, anybody ever used this stuff before? It's Procure, and you know, like I think Ethan, actually got his hat on. Ethan at Mule Fishing, I think he likes the Procure a good bit. I think I've been thinking a little bit about scent and like what role does that play? You know, everything from, I think it started from just like my skin was a little dry and I was putting lotion on. I'm like, okay, I got to make sure I don't do this on a day when I want to go fishing, right? So that's how I was thinking about it. And then I started to just think about scent in general. So I started doing a little bit of digging, and I found this article. I think it was an In Fisherman, and it'll be on the screen here now. So I found this article. It was written by Ned Kehde. And if that name sounds familiar to you, or you know exactly who that is, good for you, you know your finesse baits. But Ned Kehde is the guy that's kind of credited with the Ned rig, right? That's why it's called the Ned rig. But he doesn't take credit. He basically just says he was doing what all of them did there, and it just evolved. And so, you know, this guy catches more fish than probably any of us watching in any given year. And it's all on these finesse type techniques. And for me, the Ned rig was what got me into bait finesse ultimately. It's what really got me going down a deep finesse rabbit hole. And then I started learning about bait finesse. So when I saw that Ned had written a fairly exhaustive article, but it was based on an interview from another fisherman. That fisherman is now in West Virginia or Virginia, but he fishes exclusively for smallmouth, right? And so he's in my part of the country, and he's fishing for one of the types of fish that I like to fish. But in the article, he talked that he really learned, about scents and started paying attention to him when he was trout fishing. So it just got me thinking. And so he recommended some different scents. And I thought, well, if I'm going to do this, I should do it for trout too, because I'm going to fish a lot for that. So I actually picked up 5 different scents of Procure. And so I've got the Trophy Trout, I got Crawfish, I got Garlic Nightcrawler, I got Smallmouth Crush, and then I've got Emerald Shiner. And I'll get that out of the way. And so here's why I chose those. So one, the Trophy Trout, just because it's a trout base, but it's primarily fish, as I understand it. Doesn't say on here what these are made of, but I believe that this was almost all of a certain type of fish that goes into the Trophy Trout. The other ones all came thinking about bass and smallmouth in particular. So this guy that he was interviewing, and I can't remember his name, but I'll put it on the screen right here. This guy that he was interviewing about this, he basically comes up with his own recipe and said, hey, here's what they are. I actually originally went to Procure's website to order this, but it was actually cheaper on Fish USA's website, and I could get free shipping with just adding a couple lures. So I got these 5 plus these for like $10 less than what I was going to pay just for the scents off of Procure's website. What I was looking for, and Fish USA didn't have it, is the garlic crawfish and then just regular Nightcrawler. Because this guy says he basically mixes those 3 scents together. And then I started thinking, I'm like, well, crawfish would be good just for the jigs. And he argued that garlic crawfish is one of the best scents just off the shelf for jigs in general that's ever been made. But then I have some of those trout worms and other stuff that already has garlic scents. I'm like, well, I'll just get the garlic Nightcrawler, and if I want to do the blend, I'll still have the 3 scents, and may not be the exact thing, but I'm not going to go to the detail that this guy did. Like, this guy uses it so much, he actually had Procure make his own custom blend in like one big batch that's going to last him several years. I just wanted to experiment, so I got the little bottles. And then I got the Smallmouth Crush, Smallmouth Magic. This is from the guy who has the Smallmouth Crush podcast. This is his special blend, and I couldn't find out exactly what was in it, but I'm like, you know what, I'll give this a try. And then the last one I got was the Emerald Shiner, because as I've been starting to look into this a little bit, right, the goal is, can you get the vibration, can you get the visual attraction first, right? And then if it smells right and it tastes right, your catch rate arguably could be higher. On some days it just doesn't matter, right? But maybe it'll just hold the bait longer anyway. And so that's why I thought, well, I want something like, if I'm going to use it for paddle tail swim baits, for example, I don't know that a crawfish or a Nightcrawler scent is the right scent to put on that to really trigger all the fish's, primal instincts for feeding. So I did want to get some Emerald Shiner for some of the minnow style baits. But I'll be curious to see what the smallmouth and the Trophy Trout smell like. And honestly, a lot of the, at times I'm fishing waters that have smallmouth and trout. And so although I might be targeting one species, it'd be interesting to see if I catch the other species on these different scents. So I just wanted to do that unboxing, mainly because, again, Fish USA just blows my mind on how fast they can get stuff delivered. And I've said that before. And so I just like to support companies that do good work. But I also wanted to ask the question, because I'm going to go deeper into that this year. I'm going to go deeper into scents this year. I have some ideas on how to do maybe some tests, like out in the field, like does it make a difference or not? But I want to know, do you use scents? What's your opinion of them? So far, what I've been seeing is the right kind of scent can, maybe even does, make a difference. And so that's what I want to test. And Procure seems to have the widest range and the sort of the overall accepted best, like, this is really good. There's other stuff out there, but I'm going to start with the Procure stuff primarily and see how it works out. So just let me know, like, do you use a scent? What do you use? Or do you think it's hokum, right? Do you think it's crap and it catches fishermen and not fish? I don't know. Something I'll be playing around with, and in fact, starting tomorrow, I'll probably be throwing some scent on some of my trout stuff. And actually, my backup plan for tomorrow is bass fishing in bad conditions, and so that might be the perfect time to try out some scents. So anyway, Procure, I'm going to get a little stinky this year. So thanks for watching. See you next time.